People disappear in the woods every year, and trail cameras may have captured the reason why. From figures slipping between the trees to shadows racing past headlights, these clips are too disturbing to ignore. Skeptics say it's a coincidence, but the images don't lie. So if you ever find yourself deep in the forest, you'll ask the same question: are you really alone? Because what's hiding in these frames suggests something far older and far darker is watching. The haunting at Dyatlov Pass. In 1959, 9 hikers set out across the Ural Mountains but never returned. When rescuers reached their camp, they found a disturbing scene. The tent was slashed open from the inside and the group's belongings were left behind. Bodies were discovered scattered in the snow, some without shoes or warm clothes, others with strange and severe injuries that defied explanation. Among the recovered items was a camera containing eerie photographs. One image, blurred but chilling, showed a dark figure standing in the snowy forest. The shape looked human yet unnatural, fueling speculation of an intruder or something far more mysterious. These images, combined with the strange condition of the bodies, left investigators puzzled. More than 60 years later, the Dyatlov Pass incident remains one of the most frightening unsolved mysteries, with that final photograph standing as a haunting reminder of what the hikers might have seen. 29. The Desert Bigfoot Sighting. For decades, people have argued whether Bigfoot truly roams the remote corners of North America. After years of research, some remain convinced these creatures exist. One recent desert video has reignited the debate, showing what looks like a towering, human-like figure moving through the landscape. The footage is striking. The creature appears enormous, easily 8 feet tall, with fur that looks real, slick, and heavy under the sunday. The video wasn't staged hastily either. The person behind the camera had been unknowingly captured from a distance earlier, between the 8 and 10-minute mark, before the closer shot emerged. Even the way the clip was edited seems practical rather than deceptive. This sighting leaves a lingering thought. Maybe, just maybe, Bigfoot is out there. What do you think? The Thing in the Brush. The video was filmed on a quiet rural property in the US. The homeowner often saw wildlife around, but this time, the sounds outside felt different, heavier, unsettling. When he stepped out to check, he spotted something lurking in the brush. The figure looked humanoid yet unnatural. It crouched low, motionless, its dark leathery skin glinting under the light. Thin arms hung awkwardly, and its posture was so strange it was impossible to tell if it was meant to walk on 2 legs or 4. Online, the footage stirred debate. Some claimed it was a dogman, others pointed to the chupacabra, a blood-draining creature from folklore said to resemble a mangy dog. Still, skeptics argued it might just be a sick or deformed animal. Whatever it was, the way it hid in the shadows made one thing clear: it didn't want to be seen. Skinwalker. In 2017, a YouTuber known as Sweet Dreams went into the woods on Independence Day with a friend to set off fireworks. As they prepared, a strange, high-pitched cry echoed through the trees, startling them. Curiosity pushed them to investigate, so they set the fireworks aside and followed the sound deeper into the forest. Suddenly, they froze. Up ahead stood a large, pale figure, difficult to identify in the dim light. It wasn't clear whether it was a person, an animal, or something far stranger. Feeling uneasy, they decided to retreat but tossed a firework toward the figure before leaving. The unsettling encounter stuck with them, and when they shared it online, opinions were split. Some insisted it was Sasquatch, while others suggested a lost or intoxicated person. To this day, the eerie figure remains an unnerving and unexplained mystery. Bloody Clown. In this video, recorded on April 24th in Tennessee, there isn't much information available about the events leading up to it. The footage shows a group of friends who had gone into town to do some shopping. While driving through the woods, they unexpectedly came across a clown standing in the middle of the road. Uncertain whether it was a joke or something more serious, Justin, who was driving, decided to stop the car and got out to investigate. However, when the clown suddenly started running toward him, Justin panicked and quickly jumped back into the car. Emma, who was filming the entire incident, had to stop recording to call the police. Unfortunately, the video doesn't provide any further details about what happened after that, and we don't know if anyone was hurt or what the outcome was. We can only hope that everyone involved is safe and unharmed.
Is this really happening?
Shut the stupid radio off. Justin, no, get back in the car.
What's going on? What are you doing?
Oh my god. He's running. Get in the car.
Call 911.
Oh my god.
Satanic ritual. YouTuber Mortis the Wizard went into the woods after getting a tip from a pharmaceutical worker and a local farmer about a creepy spot in the forest. This place, called the Circle of Lucifer, was rumored to be used for satanic rituals and sacrifices. When Mortis arrived at the spot, he found something that looked like human remains. He came across a spine and what seemed to be an arm and a hand with curled fingers. Although he considered that these could be animal bones, the spooky vibe of the find made him think they were something much more disturbing. The tip also mentioned that these sacrifices happened every month or even more often. The many bones scattered around the area only added to Mortis's fear, making it clear that this place was as creepy as the rumors suggested. The night Moto Owens met a clown. Moto Owens is usually known for dirt bike chaos, racing through dunes, crashing through trails, and sharing tips with his followers. But on the 8th of October 2016, his video had nothing to do with bikes. That night, he went after something that had been making headlines worldwide: creepy clown sightings. For days, people had been dressing as clowns, lurking in parks, and terrifying strangers. Owens decided to track one down, and he actually did. While cruising through a park, he spotted a figure in costume. At first, it just stood there, but as they got closer, it suddenly became aggressive. The clown pulled out a knife, sending Owens and his crew into panic. They scrambled back to their car, shaken and breathless. Whether it was a prank or something more, the encounter showed how unnerving that bizarre clown craze really was.
This park, he's just standing up there staring at us. You probably can't see him with the crappy camera, but this is really scary. We're just gonna drive by.
I honestly never thought we were even gonna see one, but...
Me too. We live in a small town. Let's see what he does. Why is your window... Does he have a knife? Is that a knife?
Oh my god. He's got a knife. He's coming! He's out! Oh! Holy shit! He's still taking it! Oh my god!
Oh my god. I think he pulled it.
Did he stop? Did he stop?
I'm rolling the window up.
I don't know where he went.
I'm rolling it up.
Oh my god.
I don't see.
Go back around.
Okay.
I don't see.
Go back around.
Dude, I'm keeping my window up this time.
This is what I've been wanting to do, is ask a clown some questions. I know he's got a knife. Don't worry, guys. I brought a probably... Okay. Alright. Let's go. Don't worry, guys. I don't really have any ammo.
Dude, I might stay back here. This is way sketch. Are we seriously doing this right now? Dude, leave the door open. Leave the door open. Leave the door open.
What are you doing out here, dude? Are you part of a clan or something? Or are you just a dumb teenager that dresses up as clowns?
Hey, we gotta go. We gotta go.
Get on the ground! Get out of here! Go! Go, guys! Where's the knife? Where's the knife?
Go.
Get it.
I got the knife.
You just trod the knife on me. I don't even have any ammo in there. Oh my god, let's go.
Go.
Get out of here. Dude, the cops are probably...
Holy shit. That was sketch, dude.
Oh my god. I'm shaking.
Holy shit, dude.
Guys,
The mystery of the desert ashes. Not far from Searchlight, Nevada, investigators have stumbled upon a chilling discovery. Scattered across the desert, about an hour from Las Vegas, lie more than 100 piles of cremated human remains. Federal officials confirm they are human, but no one knows who they belong to or how they ended up here. The site is marked only by scattered zip ties and fragments of urns. From above, the desert looks dotted with small mounds, each representing a person left behind in the dirt. A passerby first noticed the remains weeks ago and alerted authorities. This scene doesn't look like respect, it looks like abandonment. Now, the Bureau of Land Management is asking for tips, hoping someone can explain why so many lives ended here, forgotten under the desert Sunday. The ritual in the shadows. A man once stumbled upon something he never imagined he would witness in his lifetime. Hidden in the dark, too afraid of the consequences if discovered, he quietly recorded what unfolded before him. The footage, later uploaded online, was said to capture a satanic ritual in progress. In the clip, a group of men are gathered, chanting and singing as if performing a mass. Their voices rise together, not in joy, but in eerie devotion to something unseen. The atmosphere grows heavier with each passing moment, the sense of danger almost tangible. Then, a chilling recitation breaks through words of defiance, of being burned year after year, yet never destroyed. For the whistleblower, silence became the only protection. Sometimes, it isn't all that stops people from speaking, but the fear that even a sound might summon something darker. The trail cam mystery. In July 2022, a trail camera captured an image that has left many unsettled. The photo was taken at 9:04 p.m. when the temperature was 59 degrees Fahrenheit, and it shows a figure that doesn't quite fit any clear explanation. The figure looks humanoid but strangely thin and elongated, almost stretched in a way that doesn't match a normal person. Some thought it might be an animal caught at an odd angle, while others felt it was too upright and deliberate in its shape. The darkness of the scene, combined with the unusual appearance, gives the image an eerie weight. Whether it's a person, a trick of light, or something unknown, the photo continues to raise questions without offering answers. The forest encounter. In the dense forests of Canada, a hiker captured something he still struggles to explain. While scanning the trees with his camera, he felt a sudden shift, like unseen eyes were fixed on him. Through the branches, he spotted a figure that made his heart stop. At first glance, it resembled a bear, large, dark, and towering. But as he zoomed in, the details didn't add up. Its head wasn't quite bear-like. It looked unsettlingly human, almost ape-like, with features that Canada's wildlife simply doesn't account for. The figure didn't move. It just stood there, staring back through the trees. With no native ape species in the region, some have speculated it could have been a juvenile Bigfoot. Whatever it was, its presence was enough to convince the hiker he didn't want to stay and find out. The desert shadows at Red Sands. Red Sands, a desert famous for off-roading, turned into the setting of something unsettling one night. A short clip shows a Jeep driving through the dunes when an odd figure suddenly appears. At first glance, it looks like a human-shaped shadow racing across the sand. What's disturbing is the speed it keeps up with the Jeep, moving almost unnaturally fast. The driver never slowed down or reacted, as if the figure wasn't even visible to them. But the video doesn't end there. In the glow of the Jeep's taillights, another shape can be seen. Darker and harder to define, it looks like something jumping on and off the back of the vehicle right as the first figure runs past. Later, those who were present described the night as heavy and eerie, the kind of silence that makes the desert feel alive with things unseen. The Moonville Tunnel Mystery. In the quiet woods of Ohio lies the Moonville Tunnel, a place wrapped in ghost stories and local legends. Many say it's haunted, and one visitor may have captured proof. While exploring, he noticed a pentagram faintly drawn into the dirt. Standing in the darkness, he recorded the tunnel ahead. Strange noises echoed in the distance, but what stood out was a white shape near the far end. The figure seemed upright, shifted slightly, and then vanished into the light. When the camera panned back, the tunnel was empty. Some believe it was just shadows and the camera adjusting, but the distinct outline doesn't quite fit that explanation. Whatever it was, the eerie capture has fueled more mystery around Moonville Tunnel. Was it just tricks of the light, or did he really catch a ghost on camera?
I'm hearing gunshots. Did you hear that? Did you see the ground?
The night Chase heard the woods come alive. Chase usually shares music and piano videos, but one clip from April 2020 shook his audience. Living near a dense forest, he began hearing eerie howls and whoops that echoed through the night. By early morning, with rain and fog hanging heavy, he grabbed his camcorder and ran outside. The noises grew louder as he ventured deeper, and while checking his trail cameras, a low growl came in. Soon after, he stumbled across a bone near a hollow tree, its foul stench making him feel sick. The sounds weren't just howls anymore, they came with heavy knocks, the kind often tied to Bigfoot sightings. Shaken and lightheaded, Chase left quickly. His trail camera later showed nothing unusual, only wildlife. But the haunting mix of sounds and the bone left many convinced he had stumbled onto something far stranger.
There's definitely some kind of bone. This is the tree cave that we found the wow. I mean, that could be a femur right there. And the smell too. Oh my God. Oh.
The Cardinal with a face. All summer, a red cardinal had been sleeping in a tree in the backyard. At first, it was surprising enough to learn that birds actually sleep perched outside like that. But what unsettled everyone wasn't just the bird, it was what people saw when they looked closely. In the photos, the cardinal seemed to carry more than feathers and color. Its chest and shadows formed the shape of a human-like face, so vivid that some swore it looked like a famous figure, while others brushed it off as pareidolia, the mind's trick of finding patterns. The sight sparked debate online. Was it a strange illusion or something deeper? For those who believe a cardinal is a symbol of the departed watching over loved ones, this one felt far too uncanny to ignore. The apparition at Fort San. In 2012, a family visited the abandoned Fort San Sanatorium in Saskatchewan, once a tuberculosis hospital for Native Americans in the 1922nd. It was Halloween night, and a 7-year-old child went along with their mother, aunt, and cousin to take pictures at the site, which had long carried a reputation for being haunted. The aunt snapped photos with a digital camera, but it wasn't until she scrolled back through the images that she froze. One frame showed what looked like an apparition lurking near the ruins. Terrified, she screamed and ran back to the car, the rest of the family quickly following. The children sat in the back seat, crying as they drove away. The building has since been torn down, but that single image remains a chilling reminder of what may have been watching them that night. The Ghost in the Woods. A visit to the deserted village at Watchung Reservation in New Jersey was supposed to be just a quiet family outing. As they walked past the old Wilcox and Badgley family cemetery, as if something unseen was there, the strange sensation stayed, though nothing seemed out of place at the time. They took a few pictures of the cemetery and the woods before moving on. No voices, no footsteps, no sign of anyone else around, just silence. But later, while looking back at the photos, something unsettling appeared. In the distance, framed between the trees, stood what looked unmistakably like a person. The figure was clear in the picture, yet, at that moment, the woods had been empty. What they captured raised a chilling question: was someone there? Or was it something else entirely? Pigman. A group of friends decided to explore the woods late at night, recording everything as they ventured deeper. At first, it was all fun, but things quickly turned eerie. They spotted a strange glowing orb and soon after heard a chilling sound, something like a pig squealing in the distance. Nervous laughter followed as they brushed it off, assuming it was just a wild animal. But then, out of nowhere, came the real terror. A grotesque creature, half pig and half human, lunged at them from the darkness. Panic set in as they bolted, with the monstrous figure chasing them through the trees. Locals call it the Pigman. According to legend, he was once a butcher who wore a pig mask, until the animals he slaughtered took their revenge. Now, his ghost roams the woods. But was this video real proof, or just a clever hoax?
Hello.
The waterfall apparition in Brazil. 13 years ago, a visitor was filming the stunning waterfall apparition in Rio Claro, Brazil. The scene looked peaceful, just rushing water and nature's roar, until the camera caught something strange. Through the powerful cascade, a dark figure seemed to appear, standing unnaturally against the heavy force of the water. Many who later watched the footage were convinced it was something otherworldly, something that shouldn't have been there. The waterfall's strength made it nearly impossible for any normal person to resist being swept away, which only deepened the mystery. Skeptics tried to explain it as a trick of the light or maybe someone hiding in the water, but the odds felt unlikely. The clip, filmed long before advanced editing was common at home, still leaves viewers unsettled. What exactly was lurking in that waterfall?
Domingo, curtindo uma cachoeira em Leeds, Rio de Janeiro. Reparem no visual, na mata. Agora o melhor de tudo é essa queda d'água. Muita água, muita força. Uhul! Ih, caraca! Tem uma coisa ali. Caraca, apareceu um cara ali no meio da água. Mozinho! Mozinho, você viu o cara no meio da água?
The Fisherman's Close Call. A man went fishing on the Kanagawa River in Msaka town. The day was calm and bright, the kind of weather that makes you forget about everything else. But the fish weren't biting, so he started moving upstream in search of a better spot. That's when things took a terrifying turn. Near a tree, he noticed movement. At first, he thought it was a wild boar, but within seconds, he realized it was a bear. With no time to run, he did the only thing he could. He stood his ground, waved his arms, and screamed with everything he had. It might have looked desperate, but it worked. The bear hesitated, then backed away. What started as a peaceful fishing trip nearly turned into tragedy, but sheer courage and quick thinking saved him from a deadly encounter. The mystery giant of Marawasi. 9 years ago, high in the stone forests of Marawasi, a strange photograph was taken that still puzzles researchers today. The image, captured by travel photographer Juan Puels, shows what appears to be a towering humanoid figure standing near the village cemetery wall. At first glance, nothing seemed unusual. Juan had taken 3 quick shots on his phone while documenting the area. But when he reviewed the images later, one revealed something unsettling. A large, dark figure, far taller than any local villager, with its face obscured in shadow despite the bright daylight. Comparisons on site show that the being would dwarf an average man, reaching well above chest height. Some believe it was a giant, others an entity from another dimension. Juan insists the photo was never altered, leaving one enduring question: who or what was standing in Marawasi that day? The snowy road encounter. In Rancho, Romania, two cousins found themselves stuck on a snowy road late one evening. One of them, who runs a YouTube channel, pulled out his phone just to record his cousin's struggle with the car. It was meant to be nothing more than a playful clip, but in the middle of the lighthearted moment, something strange appeared in the background. Through the snow-covered trees, a tall, dark figure stood silently, watching them. At first, the cousins didn't notice, too busy with the car. Only after a few seconds did they spot it. The moment their eyes met, the figure bolted into the woods, vanishing as quickly as it came. The cousins' reaction was raw, confused, unsettled, and far from staged. They hadn't been searching for legends that night, yet Romania's folklore suddenly felt chillingly close.
Hai mă, dă-i mă! Da. Ce? Ce mă acolo? Ce-a fost aia?
The Red River mystery photo. Back in 1986, a man went birdwatching near the Red River in western Oklahoma. Armed with his camera, he took a photo of the quiet landscape, never realizing it might become the subject of endless speculation decades later. The image, later shared online by his grandson, seems to show a tall, Bigfoot-like figure striding across the frame. Some see it as proof of something mysterious, while others dismiss it as a trick of shadows or simple misinterpretation. The real issue lies in the missing original. The wide-frame version has disappeared, leaving only a crop shot behind. Without the full picture, no one can say for certain what was captured that day. Still, the photo continues to spark debate, with believers and skeptics both convinced they know exactly what they're looking at. A cult. This eerie photo first appeared on Reddit, said to be captured deep in a forest far from civilization. The caption reads, "This was from a relative's trail camera. I'm not going to assume anything." The image shows figures in white robes, an unsettling sight in such a remote place. It sparks speculation. Some think it points to cult-like activity, while others believe it's just an odd coincidence. Still, there's no clear explanation or proof of what's actually happening. That uncertainty is what makes it so disturbing. Trail cameras usually capture wildlife, not something that feels straight out of a horror story. The true nature of this picture remains unknown, leaving us with more questions than answers. The Ghost Girl by the Creek. In the summer of 2011, a photo taken on a quiet property in western Oregon stirred up an eerie mystery. The picture showed a group of young girls standing near a creek, but in the corner stood another figure, a pale, ghostly child no one remembered being there. The image, captured on an early iPhone, was shared online and quickly drew attention. The strange girl had gray skin, dark hollow eyes, and a faded appearance, unlike the others in the shot. The family insisted only a handful of people were present that day, and none matched her description. Adding to the unease, the land itself carried a history of odd happenings, including a home destroyed in a sudden fire and recurring nightmares tied to the area. Some believe the girl could be the spirit of a drowning victim, but her true identity remains a haunting mystery. Manananggal creature. Here's a strange and somewhat old video we're about to watch. It's about a group of friends who ventured into a spooky, deserted building deep in the woods. Local tales speak of a Manananggal, a creepy creature said to haunt those parts. Some folks claim to have seen it before, so this group goes there hoping to catch this creature on camera that night. Let's see what they found. Now, it's tough to figure out exactly what's going on in this video. Some think it looks like a vampire, while others say it might just be a prank with really scary makeup. What do you think? Is it really a Manananggal? Or maybe just Uncle Hank in a Halloween mask? Take a look for yourself and decide. Shadows in the abandoned house. a group of boys entered an old, decaying house on the edge of town. The roof was caving in, glass was shattered across the floor, and even the oven door was lying oddly in the middle of the living room. The place looked more like a collapsed warehouse than a home, its silence broken only by their nervous footsteps. As they moved deeper inside, an uneasy feeling creeped in. The stairway loomed dark, and every corner felt unsettling. Then, out of nowhere, they froze. One of them spotted a shadowy figure standing still, as if watching. Panic spread instantly. This wasn't just broken walls and dust anymore. Something was inside with them. They ran away instantly, shaken and breathless, convinced they had come face to face with something that didn't belong to the living.
So, let's go in the house. And go. Do we go in the warehouse or the...
What the fuck? Look at that shit. The glass, the oven.
The roof is all fucked up. And holy shit! Dude! Oh my... Go! I could've sworn I saw a person.
The Silent Watcher of Yellowstone. In Yellowstone National Park, a father and his young son stopped to admire a herd of elk grazing in the open. Everything seemed calm, until the boy noticed something strange lurking beyond the elk. At first, it looked like a shadow among the fallen logs. But when the father slowed down his camera footage, the outline of a figure became clearer. It didn't move like a branch swaying in the wind, nor did it resemble another elk. It seemed to crouch low, almost foraging, hidden just enough to stay unnoticed. Strangely, the elk remained undisturbed, continuing to graze as if nothing was there. That's what makes the sight so unsettling. If it was a predator, wouldn't the elk have sensed danger? Maybe it wasn't a predator at all. Some say it could be Bigfoot, silently watching from the tree line. But what do you think it was? Please share your views in the comment section below. We'd love to read them. And with that, this video is over today. But the fear? Not yet. Continue the chilling experience in this next video.